All right, so I'm gonna try to show how I do the 6-point stars from like Feverishly Focused, just because they are a little bit tricky. So I line up 2, and I'm using a stripe here, so I'm just kind of lining the stripe up, making my knot. Sorry, don't mind the background. I wasn't planning on recording today, but just trying to give assistance to someone. Anyways, I just line it up and then I whip stitch along. Just 2 pieces together. Hopefully you can see this really good. Just whip stitch along. I move the tail out of the way when I get to the near the end. And you want to make sure to stitch just right up to the end of the paper. So do your best to get right on that corner and then make a knot. Then I'm gonna fold that out, and so you've got the pieces are nice and in there. And I'm gonna grab another one. I'm gonna line this one up with the first. Fold the tail out of the way, and then I'm going to come back up right at the edge, make another knot, keep stitching until you get to the end. Again, when you get to that corner, I'm going to stitch right into the corner, and then you'll make another knot. I got a loop there, so hopefully my knot's tight, but this is just for demonstration purposes anyways. So then I've got my piece here. You just want to have a flat edge there. If it's not perfect, you can kind of tweak it a little bit with your fingers. Okay, so I'll be right back after I've got the other half sewn. Okay, I'm back and I've stitched the second half together and just had to give it just a little tweak to make it a flat surface. And then I'm just gonna join these up. Now, when I'm doing a 6-point star, usually I just start at one edge and go over to the other. But when I'm doing like a 10-point star or a 12-point star, I'll start at the center and work my way that way, and then start from the center and work myself that way, or vice versa. But if you haven't done a lot of these, you are welcome to do that even on the 6-point stars. Sometimes that helps. You can also kind of put your thread and needle through each of the corners there to make it a tight intersection in the middle. I'll actually show you that way. So I just take my needle up through one of the corners, and then I'm going to go to the opposite corner, just kitty corner. So I've got the 4 main points in here because the other 2 are like laying flat here. Sorry, I'm just trying to grab a couple of threads here, and I'm not used to standing up to sew. And it's been a little while since I've sewn one of these, so it may not be perfect at the end. Oh, there went my thread. So I just pull it back through so I can hang on to the tail there. And I'll make my knot. Okay, so I've got 2 edges here. Then I'll go across the other way and grab them. And then I'll make a knot as well. So then my center is pretty good together. And then I'm just going to keep the tails kind of out of the way and just grab a little bit here. If you grab a little bit too much, I mean, it's not the end of the world. You just gouge your paper just a tiny bit, but you can still reuse it as long as it holds the basic shape. I like to thread match. You don't have to. I made my whole first English paper piece quilt with just gray thread. I just choose to thread match now. I just like it a little bit better. It's interesting when you're joining a bunch of different colored pieces. You have to keep switching your thread or just match as close as you can to the overall theme. And he's approaching the end here. I'm gonna sew right up to that corner. Make a knot. Cut that thread. Now I'm gonna turn it so I'm still going the same direction, and right now I've got that sewn. And I'm just gonna line this up. And I'm gonna go in one side. And then up through the opposite side. I'm gonna make my knot. This time, since I already kind of locked in that center, I'm not going to go the opposite way, but you could. I'm just gonna continue on right here. Sorry, my thimble is at the end of its life, so it keeps slipping on me a little bit. When they get overused, then they become unsticky, or they start poking you a little bit from the needle being in the silicone too much. I use the Polka Dots by Jilly, which we offer in our shop. Also using a Jen Kingwell milliner's needle, size 11, that we offer in the shop, and Invisifil thread, which we also offer in the shop. And then I picked up this fabric just at a really fun shop in Tucson called By and By, and they have a website online where you can shop as well. I'll have to look and see what it is, but it's a cute little stripe that has some airplanes in it. Okay, so approaching the end here. Go right up to that corner. And make my knot. Okay, now I'm just gonna cut my threads and then open this up, see what we've got here. So we've got a perfect little star, and right there I've got a little stripe, pink stripe in the middle. If that bothers you, like having a little bit of your design be in a different color than the background there, you could use a little pen or something. And if your points aren't exact, you can just kind of tweak it with your fingers to move it a little bit. But there is my 6-point star. Let me check and see what, if I can see what this fabric is. See if I have enough of the selvage. Oh, I do not, but it's this cute little stripe with airplanes on it. Anyways, I hope this video was helpful. Just, you don't have to be perfect, but that's how I kind of try to be more perfect. Thank you.